We're back.
Do you ever, because, we every time we start off the episode with we're back, and now it's kind of like, our thing we do. Do you ever think we kind of just got locked into that? Do you ever think we have to do that now? Kind of like the love you buy.
Yeah, it's also a good mental cue for me to remember what day it
snaps
is.
Snaps you into action.
Yeah, like I'm a sleeper cell, and I'm like,
yes.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Rails with Eric and Aisha. It just seems like it works.
It like gets you from regular. No. This is just something I was thinking about. Because a lot of look, Aisha, we got a great formula. We can't change it now. These are just things that come into my mind. Then I say them to you.
Okay, let's take a beat to acknowledge that we are matching today.
We are so synced up. It's crazy.
If you're not watching on YouTube, which I forget that this is on YouTube. So now I really have to think about maybe my face.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I'll text you and I'll be like, whatever you're doing with your face, knock it off. It's like on the Sidious live streams when I can't help but just like not like walk out of frame, and Mac's like, just stand still. Try and stand still.
You can't.
And try and not do like move around with your hands all that much. And I'm like, I can try my best. I'm gonna wander.
It would be so great to get a little tracker on you as you're wandering around the Sidious sets.
Depending on how long the show is, I'll get my step count in right then and there.
Mm-hmm. Do you like my coffee mug?
Do I look like I fly economy? Wow. You are such a bitch. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's one of my favorite mugs.
Did you buy that? You bought it?
No, someone bought it for me. Someone bought it for me.
That would be to buy that yourself should be illegal.
Yeah, like you can't buy yourself a world's best dad mug. You also can't buy yourself, do I look like I fly economy?
Like horrible dads buy themselves world's best dad mugs.
I did not intend on I thought I was going to finish this earlier, but here we are still working on it, and I just remembered we're on YouTube now, and then I took a sip and I realized my mug.
You're like, I got to explain the mug.
I got to explain the mug.
For everyone watching on YouTube, I didn't buy this mug myself.
I didn't buy this mug.
And yes, I do fly economy sometimes.
Yes, sometimes I do, and I don't love it, but I'll do it. When I was training and racing and going back and forth to Europe all the time, I would sell my soul for a business class seat. Like I was hacking the mainframe of the point system of United and Star Alliance flights. Like that is one of my areas I'm an expert in. You need to get over to Europe and you have some points on any airline, I'll figure out how to get you in business class. So
yeah, and I've also seen you walk into. I've seen you walk into a hotel room and said, "This isn't going to work for me." Yeah, this isn't going to do it. I thought, okay, sure. I don't know what you need, but it's, I guess, not this.
I swear, I'm really not. I'm a nice lady, but I travel a lot, and I require, if I'm going to be on the road all the time, and I'm going to be in a hotel room for a long weekend in New York, it needs to be comfortable. And what I've learned in life is you don't ask, you don't get. So yeah, Eric. That was a peek into my personality.
Yeah. That was fun. That was very. Was that what was that New York? That was this year in New York for the marathon.
Yeah. That's where you and I differ. Like you also were terrified of me in that moment and like hung back. Like I went to the front desk, and because I, have Marriott Bonvoy status, it should have been a nicer room. And I made sure to be where I was supposed to be. And Eric was in shock
They saw
at this whole situation.
The receptionist at the front desk saw you get back off the elevator, come back down with all your luggage, and she goes, "Oh God, oh no, we are fucked. We are fucked. We're cooked."
I was really nice about it, but I just,
even when they handed you your room key and you were like floor 5 and you're like floor 5 out of 30. That number better be high. I'm going to go up. I'm going to check this room. I'm going to come back down, and I want to be on 27 or higher.
And
Penthouse. And sure enough, right back on that elevator, floor 29 or 30.
We got it sorted. Sorted. All good. Yeah, so that's interesting. We had a big week of running. We had a big week. We are having a big cultural week. It's St. Patty's Day weekend. We've got cultural. We've got the Oscars are today. There's a lot going on.
Oscar Sunday. There's huge week for running. We have New York. The New York Half just happened a couple hours ago. Big weekend of NCAA's indoor championships. So we've got a lot to discuss. Where in your mind where do you want to start?
Let's start with New York Half, because that was this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is like the main storyline, right, from New York Half, the debut for Grant Fisher onto the roads. And it's the roads are showing that there's a little bit of a learning curve, right? I think he was he 14th?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Grant's ever finished 14th in a race.
In anything. Yeah. He runs 60-53.
So I think I am a little bit surprised. I think we just haven't seen Grant Fisher 14th. You're
right.
I think I expected him to be a little bit closer to the front, but this is fun. I hope that he comes away from this experience wanting to do more road stuff in the future, and that this doesn't put him off and be like, you know what, like I'm not a road guy. Hopefully this just fuels the fire a bit, and he comes back and does more of the half stuff, because I think obviously the talent's there and the potential to race well is there, but it just shows you how tough and how different the road is compared to the track. Because even a guy like Grant, I always thought like the 10K really overlaps a lot with a fast half marathon.
You think it crosses over?
You think there is some in the Venn diagram of track and roads for distances. This does overlap, but he got the competition he got the competition was high, and he didn't just come over and dominate like a lot of people probably thought.
Adrian Wildshoot wins 59:30. He trains in Flagstaff as part of NAZ Elite Hocus group there. Zuhair Talbi, top American, was second, 59:41. I mean, crazy to see Grant 14th. So when I was looking at the splits, he was with the leaders through 10 miles, and then the last 5K just blew up. But it's interesting when you think about there are a lot of similarities from 10K to half, but there are a lot of differences. I think I managed maybe 2-ish good road 5Ks in my career, but the running on the roads I thought was incredibly challenging. The uh, the ability to be on the track and just kind of zone out of what's happening around you and like into your body and like into the decisions that you're making and your pace and your like your mission, that doesn't really exist on the road. Like you have to be like you're going really fast. There's potholes, there's people, there's you're not in a controlled environment. And I always found that racing on the road, I felt like I was going like the perception of pace was totally different for me. Did you ever feel like that?
Yeah, I think well, when you're on the track, you just get so used to running on the track, and there's like different checkpoints that you're used to kind of checking in with yourself in at. And with the roads, it's a bit different. It's not quite like that. There's so much more variables, right? Like you're running on the roads. The surface of the track is the same throughout. The roads is a bit different, right? There's whether it's you could hit a pothole, honestly, and like it's all different. And I think the biggest difference is it's more time out there. It's just more time that you're just out there thinking, right? When you're used to let's say like even like a 1500 to a 5K, like the amount of time 1500, it's over so quick. And then when you get out to the 5K, you think, oh wow, like you're out here. You got to figure out how to there's a lot. It's a long time. You got to figure out how to zone out better. And you think, oh, 10K is a long time, but it's not compared to a half marathon, right? So it's different thought processes. And I also wonder, I listened to Grant a bit on the coffee. He was on the coffee club pod with the boys earlier, and I listened to a bit, and it sounds like he was really sick indoors. It sounded like he got a little bit of pneumonia, and I think
that sucks.
So, I think that's probably a tough thing to come back from, right? And even though you're still up firing, maybe training's going well, things like that take a lot out of you. And against the competition like the New York half brings, especially, it's like a whole new thing. You never know, like things like that do factor in.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm with you. I want to see him on the roads more. I mean, maybe this just gives him information that, hey, it's not going to be a walk in the park, and maybe this factors into his calculus of 2028. Like you're one of the best Americans in history. Where do you place your energy over the next few years in your development? So it'll be an interesting space to watch. The women's race was badass. Helen O'Beary breaks the course record, runs 66:33. Sharon Lokedi is second, 67:10. Do you know what Sharon Lokedi's half marathon PR is?
I don't. Is it from New York last year?
I think so. Yeah. The reason I'm asking about Sharon's and not Helen's is because Sharon's running Boston and Helen is not. But absolute, battle of the Titans, as we see all the time.
Yeah. This I'm sure Sharon's gonna love not right. Like they almost sync. Their schedules are almost just always identical. Now that Sharon's running Boston, Helen's not.
Okay, I was wrong. Break. Yeah, give it a rest. Just, let's just break it up for a minute, and then, we can come back together and clash. I was wrong. It was Sharon's half PBs from Copenhagen in September. She ran 65 flat. That's very fast. Very fast.
Yeah,
that's very fast.
It makes more sense. Like no one's really PR is from anything
it's not
New
a fast
York.
course. I wonder what Sharon ran last year.
Well, that was the course record, right? Last year.
67:04.
Yeah, last year.
Last year. Okay, so what? Basically same time, 67:10.
Okay, yeah.
So
Great
good
tune-up for
little
Boston.
check-in. Great tune-up for Boston. Yeah, that was my what I was thinking is like, okay, this is historically Sharon's tune-up for Boston. Gives her a lot of information going into Boston. Where are we compared to last year? And seems like we're tracking well. Shout out Megan Keith, the Brit, for third, 67:13. This is a woman who's been just slowly climbing the ranks, and having year after year a lot of success. So watch her name in the next year or two. Somebody to keep an eye on. Then we had top American Emily Sisson. Good to see her back in sub 70 minutes, 69:06 for sixth. Good day. We haven't seen a lot of Emily Sisson in the last few years, and this is a good sign that there's momentum.
Yeah, that the women's field is deep. That's a deeper field for sure than the than the men's side.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you had a lot of the top American marathoners showing up. You had Emily Sisson, Amanda Vestry, Annie Frisbee, Susanna Sullivan, Emily Venters, Dakota Popane. Like everybody rolled up to this thing. But yeah,
How did the rest of the American women besides Emily fare?
It went Emily, Amanda Vestry was 7th, 69:22. They all kind of came in a row. Annie Frisbee, 69:25. Susanna Sullivan, 69:38. Venters, 69:46. Popane, 70:06. Lauren Gregory, and then kind of dropped off a little bit in pace from there. But yeah, they all kind of came in rolling in a pack, it seems.
That's what is in like on the men's side, you know, the 60-minute barrier is kind of like the standard, right? What do you think that time is equivalent on the women's side?
That's a good question. I feel like it's changed a lot. Like I feel like it used to be like a really good halftime for the women is sub 70.
Yeah.
I feel that's shifted to maybe, I don't know, I might get my head decapitated and put on a stick for saying this, but I want to say like
okay, here we go.
I want to say like sub 68 now would be maybe similar. What do you think?
Look, I'm gonna let you be the one who gets your head put on a stake, and I think that's
sub 67. I don't know
because Connor Mance's American record is what, 58:30, something like that. Breaking 60 seems to be, it's just a tough. Not a lot of American men do it, and I just don't necessarily know what that time is on the female side. You know, it's and these are the numbers that are always changing, right? Because you would hear this kind of debate with the mile. Right, like sub 4 and sub 4:30 was it, and it's like doesn't really make any sense. So I guess
So Connor Mance's American record is 59:17, and Weenie Claudi's American record is.
I gave him like 45 seconds right there. That's what I do. I'm like I don't care. Give him, what's your PR? I'm like I'll give you however many seconds you want.
And Weenie Claudi's is 66:04.
Okay, so. Sub 70 and I'm like, what? I'm not gonna cut your head off.
Yeah, maybe it's sub 60 and sub 67.
Sure, stamp it.
All right,
bang the gavel.
Decided.
So, I mean, just to kind of wrap up like the New York half, I think I'd love to see more track athletes kind of use. It's a great time to do an off-distance event and like use that as a launching point for outdoors, maybe.
So true. So true.
Because also it's a no pressure event, right? Like there's a little bit pressure with Grant in the sense that he's like one of the top Americans, and it's like he's the great American hope in a lot of ways, along with Connor and these guys. Are it's like, okay, the top 10K guys, when they make the jump, these are the guys that we want competing against the best to possibly, be the that bridge the gap, right, in distance running for the Americans to the Africans. So I guess there's a little bit more pressure on him, but it's nice it would be great to see the other distance guys, almost like with cross country, right? Like,
right.
So often you see him do like cross or road stuff in the beginning of the fall, and it's just like a little little check-in, sorry. But it'd be fun to see them do that more in the half and just do off distance events to see where the fitness is at before the outdoor season.
It's such a good point because New York half isn't known for being, it doesn't have the same reputation as Houston half.
Yeah.
And you don't have I'm going to break the XYZ country record at the United half. It's like, it's not the speed that is what is buzzed about at New York half. It's like, oh yeah, what a great, great competition. But you're exactly right. Like, this is the perfect time of year. It's March. You've been doing a ton of base training. You maybe have started to sharpen up. Like, if you're one of the distance leaning track people, you're not like World Indoors. The longest race there is a 3K. Like, there's not a 5K. There's not a 10K indoor. There isn't really a ton of opportunity for you to be racing on the track. So yeah, like, why don't you go run this, almost akin to a cross country style half. That's not like, you don't need to go out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to run 66 minutes today for the women. I mean, Helen did, but yeah, I love this idea. I love this idea.
Let's see. Ooh, fresh crack. Crack of there we go. And a little spinny.
Yeah, a little spinny.
Let's see. Should we go?
Nothing like a 9:28 a.m. spindrift.
Is this your first non-coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
I'm doing so great. Like, my New Year's resolution is still intact. We are hydrating.
Do you feel? Are you still, because you took a little caffeine hiatus? Are you still like off. 1 cup a day? Like,
I had tea this morning. I had
chai,
decaf chai tea.
Decaf.
I'm off caffeine. I don't know how long I'm going to do it for,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I've had caffeine in 6 weeks.
And mentally, like, what do you have to report? Like, there's no difference. You feel the same. Your energy levels are the same. You're sleeping the same. Talk to me.
No, I feel great. I want to get back on the horse because now I wonder how incredible I could feel.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I'm falling asleep faster than I ever have in my adult life. I go to bed, I read maybe not even a paragraph of my book, and then I fall asleep. It's incredible.
Do you sleep with the book? Are you falling asleep with the book on you? Or you go, I'm...
Sometimes the book ends up in between Will and I. He's got to move the book. Sometimes it's just on my side of the bed.
Okay.
But I don't. So what would level up my existence is in like a book reading light that's clamped to my book. Because the issue is I have my lamp on my bedside table and I have to reach over, turn the lamp off. That's a hard part.
So will you fall asleep lamp on sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I'll doze off and then realize that I've dozed off, secure the book, turn off the lamp.
Okay. I don't like that for me. It sounds like you're doing well. Once I start dozing, I want to go.
Yeah, true. What do you do before bed?
I get in bed and I go, if I try to not scroll too much, very tough, easier said than done. But then I'm trying to go right to bed. I like to associate my bed with sleep. I don't want to be reading in bed. I don't read in bed. Mm-hmm. I have a different reading space. My bed is my sleep area.
But you're scrolling.
Aisha, I'm working on it. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to get better at not taking my phone into bed, but a lot of the sleep specialists say, right, you want, if you're having a tough time sleeping, that you want us to, all the little things you're doing besides sleeping can be like, if I'm going into bed and I'm watching TV a lot, now I'm hanging out in bed too much, not sleeping. I like to get in bed and kind of like, here we go, it's game time.
Yeah, I love that.
You know when you get into bed and you're so excited that you're thrashing around in your blanket and you're so excited to get into bed. Oh
I don't think I've ever think I've ever thrashed. No.
You know what I mean? Like that burst of excitement and adrenaline you get when you.
My bed is my favorite place on earth. So yeah, I get the surge, but it's more of like a frantic snuggle that I like to do than a thrash.
But like, is there like you're kind of like you could scream? You're so excited.
Actually, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Like you get into bed and you're just like, oh yes. Oh, it's like the best feeling in the world. And then I put my phone right up to my face and I go, 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes of this, and then it's bedtime. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. That's great.
So otherwise, you're completely off caffeine and everything's going well.
I wake up in the morning and I have essentially cured what I had set out to cure, which is that I wake up in the morning completely incapable for adult life. Is my past self. Until I had a cup of coffee, I could not. I couldn't think. I couldn't function. I could not start the day. I was irritable. And I took a long look at myself in the mirror and thought, this is not getting better. We've got to cut this off. We need to be able to wake up and be a capable adult human. We need to be able to process thoughts. We need to have cognition. So yeah, cut the caffeine out. Now I wake up, I'm up. The lights are on. I'm home. I'm ready to go. It is actually wild. It's for people that have been around me on training camps for a lot of mornings. Like they wouldn't believe who they see today that wakes up from bed. I'm like, I'm there. I'm ready.
You wouldn't believe it. Do you have a goal? Like, is there a certain time frame you're going for? Or you're just going to take it day by day, week by week, see how it goes?
I'll probably take it day by day. If I haven't had any work travel in a few weeks, but I've got a kind of busy month coming up. So I'm sure the caffeine will come back. But my goal is to not do caffeine first thing in the morning. When I bring it back, I will probably do like a mid-morning, early afternoon coffee. I don't want to regress.
What would you consider first? Like, I know it's like around 90 minutes. They say like what you want to wake up naturally and then have your first cup of coffee be like, or caffeine right around that. You broke that.
I broke that. Like, that's how I broke my brain. So Will wakes up slightly before me. He goes into the kitchen. We have a very aggressive espresso machine setup. We have like a nearly like a semi-professional coffee setup at my house. Okay. I can't wait for you to come visit us. Yeah. And it takes 15-20 minutes for the machine to heat up. So he wakes up before me to make sure it's all heated up. And then when he hears my alarm go off or hears me stir, that's when I can hear him grinding the beans for my espresso. And I walked down the hallway. I'm so spoiled.
You're like it's like Pavlov's dog, except without ringing the bell. It's you only wake up to the sound of grinding beans.
Yeah.
Your mouth starts salivating and you go, it's time to get up.
Yep. And he hands me a cup of coffee. And that is how it's gone for, oh my gosh. Our 10-year wedding anniversary is coming up this year. But yeah, I guess we've been together for like 14 years at this point. This is how it's gone for almost 14 years. And this is how you break your brain, guys.
So
Too much love.
This is a big change for you guys.
This is a big change. Yeah. Yeah. It is a big change.
Well, I'm glad to hear everything's going well. And
thank you.
and stick
Yeah.
with it.
I'm gonna try.
The next time I see you, I won't offer you a Sour Patch Kid ghost energy drink and peer pressure you to take a sip. You don't need to do that. I don't want to get you back on
That
the.
thing was good. Yeah.
So
back on the
good.
wagon.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the Oscars because that's also today. I'm really just going on day of the week.
We'll put a pin in NCAA's. Let's go right to the Oscars for now.
Yeah. Okay. How many of these Best Picture nominees have you seen?
Not many, I'll tell you that.
Begonia.
I started it.
F1.
No.
Frankenstein.
Yes.
Hamnet.
No.
Marty Supreme.
No.
One Battle After Another.
Yes.
The Secret Agent.
No.
Sentimental Value.
No.
Sinners.
Yes.
Train Dreams.
No.
Okay, so you've seen more than I have.
Really? You haven't?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, I sucked this year. Usually I'm on it. And I had this realization. I was at one of my girlfriend's houses last night and she's like, oh shit, the Oscars are tomorrow. So we pull up the nominees and I think like, oh no, I've completely failed the year. I've seen exactly one of these films. I've seen Sinners.
Sinners seems to be getting a lot of hype is coming. You can kind of get like a sense of, for whatever reason, and I don't know why that is. Like, it seems like Sinners and Michael B. Jordan are the favorites to win these categories. Now, I don't know if, for some reason, did you see Timothy Chalamet was getting a lot of hate for saying opera sucks?
And ballet.
Okay. Now, this is surprising to me because Chalamet does a very good job with press. And he does a really good job, especially these are pivotal moments coming down to Oscar season and the awards season. You can't be going around bashing opera and ballet, right?
Especially going on bashing the arts.
You're a theater guy.
Okay, so and he comes from a ballet family. And not to be a Chalamet apologist, but of the things that you can say that are offensive,
there's a wide variety. And it was like pretty tone deaf how he delivered it. But so his mother, his sister, and his grandmother all performed or were trained with the New York City Ballet, which is like the most prestigious ballet. They went to the School of American Ballet. Like it would be like us. It would be like you, Eric, because you ran the 10K. It would be like you saying like, I like the 10K sucks.
The 10K sucks. Would rather run the 1500. Like that's the more glory of it. Like, okay, that is how I read it, with the knowledge of him coming from a ballet family of like, like I want to make more money, whatever his exact quote was. But the amount of heat he's taking, I think it's funny when it's like in jest of like, there was a hysterical Reformation ad, like an email that came out this week that was like, things to wear to the ballet, things to wear to the opera. Like I love when this like catches heat in like a cultural zeitgeist moment like this, but I don't think the comment was honestly that nefarious with the ballet background. And maybe I just like Timmy so much that I'm willing to pass it off.
You're willing to overlook a lot of errors and faults in Timmy C to let him to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, I didn't listen to it, right? I totally agree in that. Well, it's funny that when you talk, it's like you just say stuff like I'm sure Timmy C's just like, I don't even really like. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It's probably no big deal. Little did he know, people are up in arms, and it maybe even cost him an Oscar. And I think it's ridiculous. Really, I love when things like that take off. It's so fun. You never really know what's gonna take off. But also, in this day and age, with how much things are being said and what's going on. Timmy said, what did he even say, that like the opera is boring, or it's not there's no money in the opera?
Okay, let's get the exact
Yeah,
quotes.
like I said, I'd love to actually know what he said.
So he is, I also just double checked that he is nominated for Best Actor for Marty Supreme. So his quote is, "I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, help, keep this thing alive. Even though it's like, no one cares about this anymore." Let me read that again. "I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive. Even though it's like, no one cares about this anymore." That's the quote.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. This
you know, people with a lot more power than Timmy C are saying way worse shit than that.
Pizzagate's real. We're mad that people that Timmy C is talking about the opera and the ballet, saying that people don't care about it anymore. I'm like, guys, Pizzagate is real.
That is the new drinking game, is every time when like, how long of a streak is Eric gonna have by dropping that line in?
You guys are mad at Timothy Chalamet for saying that people don't really care about the opera anymore. Fucking Pizzagate is real. God. But anyway, I'd love to see what you know, I didn't, a lot of hype around Marty Supreme, a lot of things around him being Best Actor, all this stuff.
I gotta see it.
I don't know.
You're not that interested?
I don't know. Like, I guess ping pong, like Timothy Chalamet with like a unibrow. Does he like fuck Gwyneth Paltrow? Maybe. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I can't really get a read on it. And he's really good at ping pong, and he's like kind of an asshole. He's like the Marco Langan of ping pong. I don't know. I'm like, what is the plot? What is the actual plot? I'm watching the trailer and I go, is he supposed to be like a hot bad boy having sex with Gwyneth Paltrow? And also like Mr. Wonderful's in there somewhere. Also Benny Safdie's directing it, who's now also catching a lot of heat. He's getting a lot of heat.
Oh, I don't know.
He's canceled. This. Oh, he's done.
What happened?
He's done.
What happened?
Look, it's a long. I don't know if we have time to really get into it.
But I'll look it up. Look it up.
He's done. His is a much more serious offense than Timothy Chalamet.
Ballet.
Yeah, than ballet.
Okay, so Best Actor nominees: Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another. You said you saw that one.
Yeah, I loved it. He was very good in it.
Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent.
Okay, it's if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna go Michael B. Jordan. That seems where a lot of hype, the money's around Michael B.
Okay. I love that.
It seems to be between Michael B. Jordan and Timmy C. But I don't know if the Academy is going to like the Academy are very snooty. Does anybody vote? It's just like actors don't vote on this, do they?
To be honest, you're not going to love what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm logging into FanDuel.
Okay.
And I want to see if the Oscars are on here.
Now, I think FanDuel is mostly just sports. I think we have to go to like the other. It's called Kalshi. I think that's like. I believe I could be wrong. Maybe FanDuel's
it's not
got
on
the
here.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, I only do one betting app, so I don't have room for another one. But I'm curious what the line is. And Best Actress, we have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue, Renate Rensfa, sorry, Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone in Begonia. You didn't finish Begonia?
No, I didn't. Now now just going gut reaction. Who am I gonna pick for that? I think it's gonna be either Emma Stone or I think it's gonna be Roseburn.
Okay.
Okay. It's like with Sidious when we do the live streams prediction contests, and you seem to be actually on fire. You mostly get the right picks. These are my Oscar picks. We'll circle back and see how I did.
Great. I love the Oscars for the fashion. Also,
Mhm.
we can unpack that next week as well.
Yeah, who looks the best? It really is. It's a statement night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see who's coming.
What would you like if you were going to the Oscars? What would you want to wear?
Now, wow, very good question, Aisha. Now, for an event like the Oscars, am I nominated?
Sure. Yeah.
Because why else am I there?
Or you're nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
That's so me. That's so fucking me. So you don't want. I don't want to do too much, right? You want to be. You want to.
Why are you laughing?
It's so funny. I don't want to be boring, right? But I don't want to look like an idiot and a jackass with doing too much. So, for the Oscars, I've got a stylist at this point. I'm for God's sakes, I'm up for. I could win Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing like a black tux. I don't who by who. I couldn't tell you. Okay.
I'm not picturing that you're wearing a black tux. I'm picturing that you're wearing like some other cool color.
Okay. But a tux.
Yeah. You're wearing a tux. A black tux. Like you just said, you don't want to be boring. Like if you're gonna wear a black tux, like what is your piece of flair?
A top hat. Obviously. Obviously. I don't think you're right. Maybe a black tux is boring. But we'll see what my stylist says. This is why. Look, I'm just an actor. Okay. But the main thing is you need to be comfortable and you need to be confident. Because
right.
if I don't feel good and I feel kind of silly in my outfit, that's going to show in the pictures.
Absolutely.
When the cameras are on me and I'm like, I look like why am I wearing this? The photographer, the paparazzi, and the photographers, they're gonna see right through it. He's not confident. Yeah. And this is not Best Supporting Actor material.
They phone into the Academy and say, "Don't choose this man.
This guy sucks.
This guy
fucking sucks ass."
All right, should we talk about NCAAs?
Let's do it. Yeah, there's a lot went down on in NCAA's huge weekend, both in the main stuff, right, and in like the D1, but also look, there's a juicy story brewing in that D3. A lot of controversy. Let's start there because I think that's a fun one. Not really. It's not really fun.
It's not. Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm gonna walk that back. I think it's fun. I think this is very it's an actual story.
Yes.
And it's we didn't talk about this last week, right? But there was a story that's broken. We talked about the now was it Iowa or was it Iowa State?
Iowa State
cross country. There's all these rumors of doping and allegations that certain teammates were doing this. People got kicked off the team. The story kind of fizzled out. People transferred, and one of those guys was Seth Clevenger. Now, and correct. I think LetsRun came out with a long article about it, digging a bit deeper into what's going on, interviewing teammates and things like that of his. But anyway, this guy Seth Clevenger transferred to, I believe is it Rowan College?
Rowan.
And
Rowan University.
Rowan University, D3 school. and this past weekend, he won the NCAA title in the 5K, and now Clevenger was one of these guys that was kicked off the Iowa State team, and all of his teammates claimed he was doping, and I believe said that he was using EPO and other peptides, things like that. And when the awards were given out, the whole podium besides him walked off, and basically kind of showing that it's voicing their displeasure with what's going on and with him racing. So that I've never seen that. I think that's
no, I don't think I've seen it either.
I've never seen it,
but
so
we've never seen anything like this before. Like, so in the article from LetsRun, the teammates from Iowa State come forward with a few evidence items, like a receipt from an order of EPO. They say that they saw the EPO in his fridge. Somebody had he had logged into one of the athletes, logged into his email on one of the other athletes' computers. So he saw the receipt from buying drugs, that there are, all of these alleged doping offenses. And what's really interesting is this blows a glaring hole into the jurisdiction issues with anti-doping. So if this were to happen in the pro ranks, you would report it to USADA or WADA or AIU. Like there are many governing bodies that you can report this to. They would investigate. They would, be able to validate or invalidate these findings. Like there would be action taken. But USADA is aware of the allegations, but they can't do anything because USADA does not have jurisdiction over the case. It's all like kind of bullshit. Like there's no one that can deal with this besides the NCAA, which is crazy to me.
But let's say he was a pro. What would this be enough evidence to get him banned as a pro? Or is this enough evidence where they open up an investigation? Like obviously this is enough, you would think on paper, where you go, all right, we're doing some sort of investigation. I don't know, but just based off this evidence, would he be able to be banned from racing as a pro? It's probably tough.
It's probably tough. It's a lot, but they would at least, but they would at least open an investigation, right? And they would test the crap out of him for. I mean, this has been the LetsRun article came out early March. So there would be, at least some tests being conducted, but because this is where it's interesting. So you have to be like a member of USATF. You have to, for USADA to step in, like he would have to be a member. He's not a member. You would have to be on the, in the testing pool. He's not in the testing pool. So it's really challenging. But yeah, if this were to happen, I'm curious if like possession of EPO is an offense. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it should be, right? I mean, it's a tough spot for. I do think it is a tough spot for like the NCAA to be in with this guy, because you're like, look, I know there's a lot of smoke around him, but we don't have anything that like we can. There's nothing that we can like, no hard something where I can say he's done. And like, look, we would love that. It would make our lives easier, and we'd love to be able to tell this guy he can't compete. But until we have that, we don't know. Like we agree with you maybe, but we just don't know what to do.
Possession is
an
an
offense.
offense. Mm-hmm.
It's a bannable offense.
Yeah, they can be sanctioned for possessing EPO even if they don't test positive.
I like that. What's okay? So, and that's WADA.
That's USADA.
That's
USADA and WADA.
And WADA
Yeah,
are
yeah.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to know, because in USADA you can see how many times you can log on to onto USADA and see how many times they were tested this year. Does that hold true for NCAA athletes also?
I don't know. That's a good question. I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it, but you should be able to, especially with how good the NCAA is getting. It's like, I'm trying to remember if people are even tested at indoor. I think you're tested at
I remember I got tested at indoor NCAAs.
You got tested at indoors? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember getting tested at NCAAs. I just don't know if it was indoors or outdoors or what it was. But it's like that 200-meter runner at NCAAs broke 20. It's like the second athlete under 20 indoors. Insane. It's just insanely fast with the level that the NCAA is getting to. Drug testing needs to be happening. And now it's like, okay, these guys are coming to D3, winning everything. It's unfortunate that, like, these other athletes on the podium having to compete with the guy who, it really looks bad, right? I mean, it looks like the guy is doping. He's sloppy. He would not make it he would not make it as a serial killer. I'll tell you that. He's logging on, checking his EPO delivery status on other guys' emails. And because you said, like his teammates had seen a receipt. I'm like, how are they seeing receipts?
You just have it sitting in the fridge.
Just in the fridge, right next to the vegetables. It's in the vegetable drawer.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's and what did he break? Did he set the NCAA D3
record in the 5K?
In the 5K. What did he run?
I think it was like 13:21 or something.
Okay.
Let me verify.
I'm like, how juiced? I'm like, I want to see. I'm like, is he Parvesh Khan levels hot? Like, what's going on?
But the thing is that, and not to be a dick, but
go ahead.
Okay, so no, sorry, 13:32.
Okay, well, is that right? This is just the kick in the butt these D3 guys need to get to get these times down. Okay, like,
thank you.
Okay, this is. We have
so that's what I was gonna say. It's
the
like,
D1 guys.
It's
not that the D1 guys have athletes from Kenya. The D3 guys have juiced up ex D1 guys that elevate the sport and bring it. It's like, look, if you want to have any shot at winning a D3 national title, you're gonna need to step your game up, because the other guys are juiced to the fucking gills. Okay. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
These guys are pissed now, but they'll be understanding that this is making them better.
Yeah. Yeah. That was sort of my point. It's like, look, if that's all you got on EPO, you're not that good.
But I also think, well, yes, for sure, right? If that's what you've got on EPO, you're not like. But this is where, like, the public starts to think, like, okay, like, if this guy's on EPO and a bunch of other stuff, and he's running 13:30, then the guys who are running 12:59 are most certainly on it. And it's just it creates
that's what's so damaging to the sport. It's like,
that's why it's damaging.
That's not, yeah.
Creates this disillusion that
right.
that and the barriers that the public don't really understand. So, yeah, no, it's a really unfortunate, like, situation for all these athletes to be in. I would love to know what's going on. Like, this article, this LetsRun article comes out and it gets a lot of attention. Because now you're seeing there's like other like non-track things, like Barstool Sports is commenting on it, right?
Yeah,
it's getting kicked around into like different levels of attention that tracks
this is
not usually
the attention we are seeking.
It's not usually in, and it places a lot. There's a lot now pressure. It's like on his university, like Rowan, where they're like, what do we do? Do we let this kid keep racing? Like there's going to be some NCAA investigations, maybe. Like, where do we come into play in all this? Is he going to race outdoors? Whole lot of what ifs that I mean, we'll understand with time, but it's a weird situation that just doesn't happen.
I mean, what do you do if you're the Rowan coach? Like, I would probably bench the guy just because I care about the sport, but
he's your star.
Yeah, but like, I don't want to win at all costs.
Yeah.
Like, it's really tough, and it's also challenging for the athletes in the field, right? Like, this is a skill that you develop as a pro. There are people, and we've talked about this on the pod. There are people that carry speculation around them, and there are whispers and there are stories.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a pro, it is your job to line up and race them as if you are on a level playing field. It is your job to sort of Men in Black mind erase yourself of any advantage that they might have over you, and it's your job to race them with abandon. Obviously you have to make your, you have to run your own race to the best of your abilities, but that is a skill that's learned over time. And if you're racing D3 nationals, this is unprecedented territory for you. So in some ways I would have loved for some guy to beat him, but I'm sure just psychologically this was a bit of a landmine for everybody in the field.
Yeah, because it's like, as a pro, you kind of you there are all those athletes that you think are dope, like Muhammad Katir.
I was going to say Mo Katir. Yep.
It's like when you're an athlete against him, his absolutely meteoric rise from he was a 1330 guy. He started out Seth Clevenger, and then became right, like he and
a world beater.
And Seth Clevenger were going head to head, neck and neck at the line to see who could become break 1330, and then he went from 1330 to 1240, right, and in like a year, 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Now you have the inkling that he's dirty, right? But that's it. You know what I mean? Because this is different because it's like there's a lot of proof and things and stories and headlines coming out against this guy, and you still have to race him. And that's the tough spot for the people who are actually in charge. Are going to need to make some sort of decision. Like, it just what it really shows is that there's the drug testing issue in the NCAA needs to change, and
it's a problem.
And we've talked about it before with the NILs and money coming in that before going pro, it's a problem, and they're going to need to figure it out.
Absolutely, really yeah. And I would challenge USADA to put more people on, at least take care of the folks that are Americans, put more people in the testing pool. Like, I know it requires resources, but most of the medals won by Team USA over the years come out of the NCAA. So that would be a good first place to start. And all of the other countries, like put the athletes that are tearing up the NCAA on your testing pool, like get them on the books. And it's better for everyone. It's better for them. It's better for the sport. Just get out ahead of it, and we'll all be in a much better place.
For sure. Yeah. It's Sucks. Crazy situation
Sucks.
to be in, and it's just new. It's new for the sport.
It is new. It is new. On the D1 side, we had also some drama with, as a former DQ'd athlete yourself, let's talk about the men's 3K.
First off, look, lot of talk, a lot of hype around our boy Marco Langen coming into this weekend, right? We waited for March.
We waited.
And this is what was so, like, I was excited for NCAAs.
I actually was too. Yeah. Like he did.
You
drummed up some hype.
He drummed up hype.
Yeah, like thank you, Marco Langen, for doing the work of an entire PR team for NCAAs.
He knocked it out of the park. People were actually tuning in, excited to watch NCAAs. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And now he came up short. He didn't get the NCAA is just so deep, right? Hopton Samuel, absolute monster. Let's start there. Let's start with the other drama, the men's 3K. Hopton Samuel. Now he's coming off of the victory in the 5K, right, from the night prior.
Correct.
And he's linking up, and the 3K. That's what's great in the 3K. It's the second day, and you're getting where all these athletes who from the day before, like Colin Solomon, huge victory in the DMR. In
the 8,
he's in the mix. Colin Solomon.
Did he run the 8 also?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's I had it confused. Never mind.
Yeah, I think he just did the DMR.
Just the DMR. That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I think it was, as somebody who has been, yes, I've also been DQ'd. I believe it was at the exact same track. I get it. I think it looked like the right move. I think the DQ was earned. From my I could watch that again in a couple of times and maybe change my mind, but it looked like people were passing him, and he just kind of pushed through, where he shouldn't have done. He managed to still get the victory and eventually overturned. It was an absolute photo finish. I think .01 separated him and Solomon for the victory. But now, he got
I'm looking at the
DQ'd.
photo.
Colin Solomon officially got the victory. And that sucks for Colin Solomon. Like, it's he'd got that feeling of winning in the DMR the night before. Right? So he's won big races before, but you never want to get an NCAA title like that.
Off a DQ.
Off of a DQ.
Yeah. I'm watching this again. Yeah. Marco Langen tries to, I don't know. So Marco Langen tries to make this like really big, aggressive, explosive pass on the outside of lane 1. And he goes wide, but well, now that I'm watching, okay. Yeah. I've had to watch it a few times. So the beginning, it looks fine because Hoptum kind of like pushes Marco out into lane 2. It all looks good until Hoptum puts both arms up and sort of pushes people with both arms. Like, I have no problem with some incidental contact. It's a contact sport, right? Like, if you're holding your space and an arm comes up or an elbow comes up or whatever, that's okay.
Exactly.
That's all fine. Yeah. Like, somebody, comes in front of you, you put your hand on their back, like, that's okay. I'm all good with that. But it's like just a little bit too far. But yeah, it does suck. It's like, you wish that there was just a bit more composure, because Hoptum ends up winning the race anyway. Like, he didn't need to do that.
It's like, look, you need to when you get into a bad like Hopton was about to be in a really bad spot, and instead of running his way out of it, he kind of pushed his way out of it.
Right.
And that's the one thing you can't really do. Now I do agree with you. Like you should be able to there should be a little bit of pushing. There should be elbows, all good. And I wonder, because this is an NCAA race, on the international level, usually they're a bit more lenient with
Right.
the physicality stuff. You can get away with a lot more on the international scene than you can in the NCAA scene. I think
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe Cole Hawker would disagree with his past DQ, but it's
Yeah.
you can only do so much. Now, I think it's showing you the level of what the NCAA, like Colin Salmon, in the DMR.
This guy can do it all.
I think he closed in 24-9. That's what they said.
That's fast.
I didn't get an official split myself, but I mean that's got to be one of the fastest closes in history, if that's actually true in a distance race, right? 24-9 is insane, and
that's so crazy.
It's really fast. It's just the wheels are crazy, and Hopton looked fantastic this weekend too.
Yeah.
To almost got the double win, 3K, 5K. Marco Langen's still looking for that title, but my God, he is the NCAA's best hype man. And actually, the biggest rivalry is not Marco versus Hopton. It is Marco versus John Galt. Okay,
Yes.
make no mistake about it. John Galt better come correct when he comes to interview Marco Langen, because John Galt also was asking about the protest, and I think he asked one too many times, and Marco called him out on it.
I'm gonna play the audio. I'm gonna play the audio.
Physical sport, so just shit happens. How much do you think it affected your race? Do you think there was anything DQ worthy there?
It's up to the officials to judge that. That's not up to my decision or my knowledge. But
I liked it. First off, I like this answer by Marco.
Yeah.
It's what it is, but it doesn't mean I'm going to leave a trail of blood outdoors for them. So.
Trail of blood. Fuck them.
Do you think you would file a protest at all, or anyone would?
Why are you so concerned about a protest, bro?
It's an NCAA championship.
It's an NCAA championship, and I lost. Whether I protest or don't protest, it doesn't mean that I won. They crossed the line before I did. So if your concern is a protest, I'll stop answering your questions and answer the rest of theirs.
That position.
Cooked him. I can't love it more. Like it's so good. It's so good.
I think he said all the right things in that.
I do too. Like
in that
locus
press
of
conference.
control is central. Like I didn't get the job done, so it doesn't really matter. Like big fan.
But it's also really funny because of course you understand where John Galt's coming from.
Yeah.
Like it is the right question to ask, and Marco's like, just fuck you, pussy. So good.
It's so good.
It's so good. And look, this is what needs to happen, right? You love him or hate him, you're tuning in, you're watching, and it was. I think he's already saying it's on to June.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
He's on to the next one. He's got it.
Yeah, he does. This is. I hope more people follow suit. Now,
it's so
God, I want him to win in June.
Yeah.
Right?
Just imagine if any of these D3 guys had 10% of Marco Langen's aura racing the 5K against Seth Clevenger.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
imagine if Seth Clevenger was saying this shit.
Like you know, peaceful protest. Actually, you walk off the podium. But was there an interview from Seth? I mean, you win the D3 title, you would assume there's an interview floating around. From I'll have
a post-race
to do some
interview.
digging. Will commentated D3 Nationals. He's on his way home, so I'll have to get the scoop.
Yeah, I'd love, because I mean, this is John Galt should have been at D3 Nationals, because those are the questions
that's the tea.
that he'd be answering 100%. and I'd love to hear. You would think that there's a Seth Clevenger interview floating around there somewhere, and somebody asks, "Hey, so what the fuck is going on with you, buddy?" But anyway, yeah. Fuck.
The perfect question.
Yeah. It's the questions that we need answered. Yeah. So what the dude, what the fuck are you doing? Hey Seth, what the fuck are you thinking, dude? God.
Oh, that is good stuff. That is good
Great stuff. But anyway, besides the the fantastic storylines of Margot Langen and the 3K, 5K, Jane Hedengren, she got it done. Double wins for her. That was big.
That was big.
That was really big.
Yeah.
What a
Takes
way
down
to cap
Doris
off.
Lemengole, runs 15 flat.
Yeah.
Doris runs 15:03 for second. Must be something going on. She pulled out of the 3K.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a true freshman winning the 3K, 5K is unprecedented. Great weekend.
And that's on the women's side. That was probably the story.
My biggest takeaway.
I think the biggest takeaway. Men's. I mean, the sprints. The men's. I don't know what's going on in the women's. The men's sprints are ridiculously fast. Like the 60 and the 200, absolutely insane. Love to see it.
Love it. I mean,
were they collegiate records in both races?
I assume so.
I'm pretty sure the 200 is a collegiate record, and I think I saw our boy Anderson Emerald talking about the men's 60.
Record.
Yeah. Okay. So
collegiate record.
Super fast. Love that.
Yeah. Also, I got a shout out. I need to shout out this men's 800 because have you noticed that Jamaica is now a middle distance nation?
It makes perfect sense. They've got the sprinting. The 800 is like right there. It's not quite there for the distance. It's like a sprint. It's in that middle ground, that sexy middle ground of almost distance, but still sprint. Crushed it. Those two Arkansas runners.
Tyrese Taylor and Rivaldo Marshall go 1-2, 146 flat, 146 1.
On their home track. That photo, that finish line photo, fantastic.
So good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Almost like at first I saw that and I just thought it was like photoshopped. I was like, but what a shot. What a way to cap it off.
Incredible.
Really, really cool.
There's still so much running to talk about because we have World Indoors coming up this weekend.
Right. World Indoors this weekend, and there were some big scratches, right? Ellie St. Pierre out of scratched out of the 3K. Sucks to see.
And she cited personal reasons. Not injury related personal reasons. Reigning champions out. Margot Appleton takes her place, but really bummed to see this. Really bummed to see this, and I'm sure nobody is more upset than her, but big loss of not only just a reigning champion, but someone who is a protagonist in a lot of these international races. So it I'm sure will change the dynamic of the race.
For sure. When's the day one kickoff? Thursday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, let me get the schedule.
You would assume it's something like that. That's going to be fantastic. That's huge. The culmination of the indoor season, World Indoors. A lot of expectations here. Cole Hawk, we need some sort of medal out of Cole Hawker.
We need something.
We need something.
We need something. Okay, here we go. How would you pronounce the...
I love the
How would you pronounce
pronunciations.
this?
World Athletics Indoor Championships, Kujawi Palmers. Kujawi? It's
I think
Indian?
I would say Kujawi.
I'm like, am I reading a menu at my local Indian restaurant? Kujawi?
Pomorza.
Kujawi or Kujawi? What are you gonna? What's your gut saying?
I want to say Kujawi, but I feel like that might be wrong.
Yeah, I might
But
have
I'm gonna say
inceptioned you.
Pomorza.
Pomorza. Okay, yes, Pomorza
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Day 1 is the 20th. Day 2, the 21st. Day 3, the 22nd.
Okay, so it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. What
It
races do you
kicks
think you're
off-
the most excited for?
Obviously the 15s and the 3Ks.
Yeah.
If I look at the entries, I am...
This is where, like, this meet right here is where the absence of Jakob Ingebrigtsen is really felt.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
my God, that guy loves indoor. A lot of times the stars don't race indoors, right?
Right.
Not Jakob. He
Not
was
Jakob.
always there getting that double victory in insanely dominant fashion. And now that he's out, it's all
I'm
open.
less excited about the men's 15 if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, well, with Hawker out, it's a new team.
Right.
Like
It's Nathan Green, Luke Hauser.
Nathan
It's
Green,
going to be
Luke Hauser.
interesting.
It's great to see him up in the mix. And I guess Luke Hauser did come away with a medal at the last World Indoors.
That's right.
So
That's
this
true.
is a guy who knows how to race, knows how to win on the indoor track. Nathan Green, U.S. champion, so you can't say anything different with him. But the big, the main stars of American distance running with Yared and Cole Hawker not in it. Hobbs, you talk about the big three. Those are the big three that
Right.
And they're nowhere to be seen. It's just Luke and Nathan Green. I forgot it's in indoors. It's just two.
Yeah.
But great to see him get that standard a couple weeks back.
Get the
make
job
it
done.
in, get the job done, and make it into Worlds. But yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. Gonna be tough races.
Yeah. I mean, the women's 15 is just so much more loaded. Like you have on the men's side, you have Isaac. Oh God, this is gonna
Nader.
get me again. Nader. We got Nader. Isaac.
What were you going? What did you say before? Isaac
Nader.
Isaac Nader.
Isaac Nader. Doesn't sound right.
No, I don't know if it's the American in me that's going, I don't like Isaac. I like Isaac. I like Isaac. I'm like, Isaac? No, wrong. I don't want to say
I
how
wish
to
I was better at languages. I want to say your names correctly. I'm sorry, but I'm terrible. But we have Nader.
Mhm. He's like the favorite. Like he's like the, outdoor world champ. So obviously, and he's run I think 3:32 already indoors. So he's looking really, really strong. He's probably the favorite for that.
And then second fastest is a Dutch guy, Samuel Chappell.
That's all you need to say. A Dutch guy. You're like Samuel Chappell. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
But what's he run? 3:33.
3:32.68.
Okay, very close.
And then a bunch of 3:33 guys. But then you look at the women's, and it is freaking stacked. Like this might be the race I'm most excited about. Full stop.
Yeah.
Georgia Hunter Bell, Burke Hylam, Aget Guillemot. You have Claudia Kazimirska, who's been running really well. You
Nikki.
have Lucia Stafford. You have Nikki Hilt, Jess Hull.
Okay, yeah, it's
Like,
stacked.
It's stacked. It's
This is
absolutely stacked. And it's all people, you know, who have been running really, really well this indoor season and who are, you know, Venn diagram also, spoiler, best in the world. So you obviously don't have Faith, but you've got Georgia and Jess. So
yeah, you have
pretty
podium
exciting
people.
stuff.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
medalists in there.
Yeah.
Now what's the format? Is it one semi and on to the final? I would
Yes.
imagine that's got to be it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's 27 athletes in the field. So a semi and a final.
Okay. Semi on
Probably Friday.
Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
Final. Because it's just Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Day 1 and day 3 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that the women's 15. What's the women's 3K like?
Women's 3K
It
is
can't be as stacked.
well, we're about to find out. It's not.
Because I mean that women's 15, besides Faith Kipyegon, that's a world. Those are like all world finalists and podium finishers.
Yeah, the 3K is not as star-studded. We have Ferweni Hailu, we have Lyndon Hall, Emily Mackay, Hannah Nuttall, Jess Hull's doubling, Margot Appleton. We have our girl Nozomi Tanaka is in there, but yeah, not as. Oh, Nadia Bottacletti is in there though, so that is a big deal.
That's a big deal. Bottacletti is probably the top athlete right there.
Yeah. Although Ferweni ran 8:19.
Yeah. Ridiculously fast.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. The men's 3K, I would say, so on the women's side, the 1500 is most exciting, and on the men's side, the 3K it looks pretty sweet. Have you looked at it much?
No, but it's like, look, this is what I want, right? Is Americans fighting for medals, and so it's like Cole Hawker I want gold, right? Gold. So we got Cole and Yared in the 3K. Those are medals, and then we've got Nikki in the 15. That's medals. Daddy wants gold. So I think those
the 3K is going to be tough, right? You've got Yared Naguse, Azadine Habs, who hasn't been like as but he's been fallible this indoor season. We have Josh Kerr, Cole Hawker.
Oh, Kerr's in it.
Yeah, Kerr's in it, which is exciting.
Okay, here we go. This is I would have thought Kerr in the 15. Koskinen, you're obsessed with Koskinen.
Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend.
True, very true. This is a good time of the year to be obsessed with Koskinen.
And Jordy Beamish.
Okay, that's the men's 3K. That's a fantastic. I like Kerr switching it up, going to the 3K. I mean, he's very good in the has he won one of these before? Has he won an indoor? I think he has, right? Because wasn't World Indoors in Scotland a few years back, and
wasn't it in Glasgow?
I believe so. And I think Kerr's a very capable 3K guy, and he's absolutely going to be up in the hunt for that for that title. He's going to be.
He is a world indoor champion.
Yeah. So in the 3K, right? I'm like I ask a lot of questions, and but anyway, regardless, he's a world indoor champion, whether it's 15 or 3K. So that he's going to be a tough guy to beat. But man, that's that men's 3, women's 15 race of the weekend. You've got
the 800, the men's 800 is also really good.
True. Cooper's been looking fantastic, and a lot of expectations on him. He's going to be. Are those two athletes who just for Jamaica who just won NCAAs? Will they be racing?
No, but Navasky Anderson, who was 5th at the outdoor championships, I
Yeah.
believe.
He'll be there.
Jamaican, he'll be there.
Okay.
You've got Cooper Lukenhouse, you have Peter Bull, Mark English, who's been running really well. You have Nowatzki, world finalist. You have Mohamed Atui. I always want to say it rhymes with Ratatouille. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good race.
Good field. Yeah.
And it's like Cooper is certainly capable of winning against those guys, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. Those guys are very, very good. All experienced at the international level, probably a bit more than he is. But man, with the way he's been looking each time out, bit more polished, more clean, super fit. Obviously, that's going to be a really exciting race. I know on the women's side, it's not. Is it as deep?
Let me correct myself. Nowatzki was 7th at in Tokyo at Worlds.
Yeah, you try to give him a few spots.
142 guys. Yeah, I'm trying to give him the Jenkins, give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And then on the
is
women's
Keely
side,
in the women's 8? I would imagine.
Yes. Yeah, it's Keely, Audrey Vero, Isabel Boffey. We have Gladys Chapengedich. Is Gladys Chapengedich who just won NCAAs from Clemson?
I wish I could answer that question. Now, could I pull up my phone and open some tabs like you? Yeah. Huh. But it looks like I see those fingers working.
I'll come back to it.
Are NCAA athletes able to? Because when I asked, are the Arkansas guys running? I guess in the U.S. you need to do it by winning the U.S. championships, but on the other
Jamaica
side,
doesn't have an indoor track championship. They don't have an indoor track.
Yeah.
It's a selection criteria.
So technically, those guys could race it if they wanted to.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, really great. You have Sige Degumas in there. You have Valerie Tobias and Addie Wiley. Nicoya Gould-Toppin, she's a veteran. Yeah, I mean,
it should be the Keely. I mean, just based off this, Keely's if Keely doesn't win, I mean, you've got athletes like Audrey Vero, but even in Keely's world record race, I believe Audrey Vero was in it and just got second. Just couldn't hang with the moves that Keely was making. So I'm glad to see Georgia Hunter Bell in that. She can choose either event, right?
Yeah.
It's like she run 157 indoors. I think yeah. You're like, Eric, I'm begging you to stop. If you could just stop with the questions, I would love it. Let's just not.
Okay. I'm get to the season's best.
Yeah.
I would also be like, I think this is the time where I am finally admitting that I need to get a new personal laptop. Because for those who have been watching or listening for a while, I used to open up a bunch of tabs in my browser, but my computer is unwell and it does not allow me to have more than one tab going, or else it freezes. I get kicked off the stream. Eric has to hold the line for a little bit by himself. So I have been relegated to phone research.
And it's different.
It's like my thumbs aren't as dexterous as I am typing on my keyboard. But so Georgia Hunter Bell's season's best, she has run 157.8.
I knew it.
This year. Her personal bests, that is her personal best, 157.8.
Well, look, I think World Indoors, I'm
so excited.
It's gonna be really, really
so
fun.
Excited.
Yeah, really fun.
Yeah.
That kicks up.
It is actually a pretty exciting meet. I think, a lot of people sit it out, but having competed at a World Indoors, like it does very much like when you're boots on the ground there, like it's a world championship. Like a lot of it's super hype. It's like a lot of noise, a lot of fanfare. It's such a good place. for a lot of, you know, the Luke Hausers, the Nathan Greens, like to really mark yourself as
great way to cut your teeth in the international, like world-class racing scene.
Yeah. And you know, you go through the rounds, you go through the pressure, but yeah, exciting stuff. One more running note for the week. This morning, Votgen Tesfaye runs 2:10:53 for a marathon debut. Fastest marathon.
Wait, so this is
behind Ruth Chepngetich.
Oh my God. I honest to God thought you were like talking about a man.
No.
I was like, that's a very good. I was like, oh, 2:10 opener. Great. Is this an American man? Oh my God. Okay. Woman, 2:10.
Yeah.
And her name is Votgen?
Votgen Tesfaye.
Is she?
She's from Ethiopia.
That sounds Ethiopia. Tesfaye.
Yep. Number 2 marathon all time behind Ruth Chepngetich, which, as we know, is dodgy as hell.
And this is. Wait, so is this technically the world record?
Well, no.
So technically,
Ruth Chepngetich's world record stands,
it
which
still stands.
I don't like that rule.
But let's say that if this would be the world record if it didn't stand.
Correct.
Where did she run this?
Barcelona.
And what did she run before this? 13:30 at D3 Indoor Nationals?
Okay. So usually when someone that is not a household name comes out and runs something nuts, the first thing I do is go to their World Athletics profile to see what have they been up to. So I type in Votgen Tesfaye, and this is what happens when you're like, Ethiopia has been absolutely dominant for however long. A name like Votgen Tesfaye, because she's not Gide, she's not Gudov Sagai, like she's not one of these women that we talk of. She's not like the first Ethiopian woman to cross the finish line. Like, we miss her. So she's been top 8 at the Olympics. She's been top 8 at World Championships. She's been top 8 at World Cross.
Okay.
And she's been top 8 at World Under 20 Championships. She's got a great resume. She's run 63:21 for half. That's really fucking fast.
That's insane.
She's run 29:42 for 10K on the roads. She's run 29:47 10K on the track. She's run 14:28 for 5K and 14:41 on the roads.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's legit. She's legit.
I mean, it's insanely legit. Yeah.
That's very, very, very fast.
I mean, that's what did even second place come in that race? 2:10. Like absolutely insane thing. I mean, we get into the thing where we're in this thing where it's like, is she clean? All this whole, the questions that come after. What is
she won the race by 8 minutes, almost 8 minutes.
Yeah. Who is so besides who's number 3 on after? So it goes Ruth Chepngetich
at 2:09:56.
At 2:09:56. Then it's Votgen. And then who? Here I come with the questions again, because it's just like, look, these marathon times are just absurd.
Tigges Tasefa, 2:11:53. Then Safan Hassan at 2:13:44. Then Bridget Kosgei, 2:14:04. A bunch of 2:14s.
See, like these jumps, right? Because even from number 3 to Safan at number 4 is what, like 90 is a minute plus?
Yeah, almost 2 minutes.
Almost 2 minutes. It's a big jump. So look, I'm not gonna come out and say Votgen is on the Seth Clevenger pro game.
But you don't love it.
But I wouldn't be shocked if they were training together. I'll tell you that.
I mean, yeah, it's like it. Outliers.
But also,
like this
and
are
hold on,
tough.
actually, I want to say this because I actually didn't even like that I said that because I don't. It's not when you don't want to be somebody that anytime like these insane times come out and you automatically go to it's not possible. I don't want to come up be that kind of person. But it does with the state that the
Outliers
sport's
are
in right
tough.
now. Outliers
Yeah.
are tough. It seems like there's people are getting popped left and right these days. The marathon, it seems to be probably one of the dirtiest distances. It's where a lot of the money is. The athletes love to jump right there and you pick up huge paychecks. So look, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's just an insane time.
Yeah. It's hard. Like
It's hard.
that's why I say I always go to the World Athletics profile to see if there's context. And I think
there is context. This isn't a Muhammad Katir out of nowhere 13:30 to 12:40. The writing's been on the wall. Even though you're not winning these big races, you're running insanely fast and you're up there in the competition for the big races. So it isn't out of no. It certainly isn't out of nowhere. It's just an insanely fast.
It's just
time.
insanely fast. It's insanely fast.
Yeah.
Should we hit a couple of voicemails?
Absolutely. I
Close us
know
out?
we're getting to our. You got somewhere to be, and we got like usual. We overyapped. So let's fire off a few voicemails before we shut it down.
Okay.
Hi, Eric and Aisha. I'm just calling. I have a question, so bear with me. A lot of these are follow-up questions that have to do with callers that have called in before. My first question is, Eric had said that he was the one who wanted to start the voicemail, or not the voicemail, I'm sorry, the podcast, and he talked about how he was going to do it with Mitch. So I'm curious if Eric had this vision that you guys have kind of created with your podcast. Was this always his vision? Did he always want voicemails? Was it always going to be fun and funny track talk with a little bit of pop culture? What was the vision? My next question is about you guys and how you feel after you record the podcast. So in my profession, I don't have a ton of meetings, but when I have to spend a lot of time talking and being honest about how I'm feeling, I feel like I will end up feeling really anxious later on. Or if I have to be controversial or something. And I'm just curious, with regards to your guys' mental health, how do you feel after you've recorded the podcast? Do you guys feel as much joy as we feel while we listen, or do you kind of have a lot of regret on everything you said and you have to spend an hour kind of talking yourself off the ledge? Because that's kind of my vibe after I have to talk. And then my last question is regarding Sidious. So I'm kind of curious about the behind the scenes with Sidious, and when you guys do live shows and things. I feel like when I listen to, for instance, you guys on Melrose, I feel like I'm your parents and I'm watching you and I'm like, oh, they're doing so good. And I'm curious how do you guys decide who talks when? Because I feel like I just kind of notice oh, sometimes it seems like maybe you're more comfortable, on the podcast and less comfortable on Sidious, or I want to know the behind the scenes. And lastly, my last two things really simple.
She got a list of questions.
How are we celebrating the 1-year anniversary? I'm pretty sure it's in April. And I also really like Eric's laugh. Okay, bye.
She had a lot of questions, but they were all so good.
Great.
So,
First off, lot of really good questions. Great call right there.
Yeah. let's go from the top. Was this your vision? Like the podcast?
Oh yeah, first
you
off,
wanted
she
the
gave me
pod.
she gave me so much, a little too much credit.
Yeah. You're fully torqued.
Yeah, I'm like, this lady gets it. Fucking bricked out. Yeah, no, did I always think it was going to be a fun track podcast? Yeah. I'm like, no, it was just politics. And then we decided not to do that. Let's keep it more light. So yeah, and voicemails were, like a little Q&A thing. Yeah, that was always part of the plan. Then the missing puzzle piece was Aisha, who took a little bit of coaxing into it, and voila, chef's kiss. Here we go, and we're off and running, which kind of ties us into we're already coming up on the year-long anniversary.
Oh yeah, we can tackle the year. Yeah, what are we gonna do for a year?
I think both of those questions kind of flowed in nicely together. What are we gonna do for the year? I don't know, but we'll do something. We'll have a little cupcake. Yeah. Wait, was it 8? We didn't start in. It was June, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going back.
I think it was around. I think it was around. Yeah, I think it was around June. But I obviously could be mistaken, as we know, and then I'm like, here we go. You're looking it up. June 16th. Okay.
June 16th was our first episode. We had our Good Morning Track and Field. Oops. Oh no. We had our Good Morning Track and Fields, which begun May 6th, was the first time that you and I recorded, just the two of us.
Okay.
Or at least they got uploaded on May 6th. It was when we were in Miami when we started that. I don't know when we were actually there, but but then our first episode of this format was June 16th.
Well, and I think the Good Morning stuff that me and you did was people loved it, and so everyone was like, you should do this more. And so that was kind of one of the jumping off points right there. So I think that kind of takes care of the first part of the question. I think we could do like an early
birthday party around Boulder. Boulder's May 25th.
We're gonna that's a actually no, that's not that early of a birthday party, but yeah, we could. It's almost a month, but let's put a pin in it. Yeah, let's work. We'll, please do not make me commit to something live on air. I'm backed into a corner. But yeah, it's right now off the top sounds fantastic. We'll do something. Now, the second part of her question, or the second one of her questions, very good question. How do we feel coming off of this? Because it is a very unique feeling to, I'm not anxious. Maybe there should be a little bit more, like, after I say something ridiculous. There's not a care in the world. I say it. It's off into the universe. I deal with it as it goes tomorrow, right?
You wait for the backlash.
I wait for the backlash. I deal with the backlash as it comes. I cross that bridge when I get to it. But it is like I'm very wired up after we record. Like it can be, let's say, whenever we do this late at night.
Oh yeah, it's so hard to come down.
It can be you are up, like you're charged up from it. It's kind of a rare thing to like we're sitting here talking for 2 hours. We do it every week. I don't talk to anyone just for 2 hours. You know?
Yeah. No, when I first started, even just as a pro, getting interviewed or being on a podcast, that it used to affect me a lot. Like I would at night as I'm going to bed wonder what kind of stupid and dumb things I said. And I've certainly worked through a lot of that. And especially when we're doing episodes, Eric and I are super comfortable around each other. So I don't really feel that same shock. The only time I do is when I know we need to edit something out. Like if one of us says something like really out there that needs to go, that's the only time where I get a little nervous. But yeah, I'm very wired. And it's interesting from my perspective of just the mental demands that I have now. And I think I've talked about this. Like I'm like way more intellectually fatigued than I've ever been. You know, the last year, especially, you know, my work week is pretty demanding and demands a lot of my brain. So sometimes, you know, not having a full 2 days of being off, that sometimes affects me. Of like, man, I could really go for a 3-day weekend every weekend. But like, this brings me so much joy that it's like, yeah, it is work kind of, but it's not really work. Like I'm going to be talking about this stuff with someone. I'm going to be talking about the track stuff with someone. Like, I'm lucky that it gets to be Eric and that you guys enjoy listening to us banter about it, because it doesn't feel like as much of a lift as my normal day-to-day work.
Yeah, I remember when we recorded the first episode, and I remember being like, I don't know.
Same.
Because you're like I don't know if I said anything worth listening to. And then we sent it to Mac and Chris, like, oh, this is fantastic. I'm like, really? Well,
yeah, I'm like, actually,
I got this all day. I can do this all day. And I do want to say, because we talked about editing and taking some stuff out. Now, we're only taking stuff out if there is potentially legal blowback.
Right. Right. Like,
because we've only edited, we're not, it's not like, oh, we said something so crazy that we had to edit it out. We're the only things are getting edited out if I think I falsely, the one thing I remember we edited out was we had it was that NJNY runner who murdered somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think
and said the wrong name.
I had falsely accused another professional athlete of murder. And so they were like, hey, I think
that's the stuff that gets edited out.
Yes, it's not like we're saying anything so ridiculous that we're editing out.
No,
it's just
ridiculous
legal.
As in like litigious.
Yeah, yes. Accusing someone wrongfully of murder. But then
okay, and then her last question was, what's the dynamic like with Sidious versus this?
Well, I mean, there's just so much. It's like when like I think she was giving the example of Milrose, right?
Yeah.
And look, you're there to do the preview show, or it's like a post race show, right? So there is genuinely nobody decides who to talk when. It's all natural. You figure it out in the moment, and the more of those streams you do, you kind of get comfortable and understand. You know, when somebody's going to talk.
Everyone
Chris
has
might
a little
give you,
tell.
Yeah, Chris might give you a little look like, "Hey, you're up next. Let's check in with you next." That kind of thing. But that's really it, right? So, and I mean, this is more comfortable in a way because it's just like there's no. And also, I think a lot of those shows are live, and there is a big difference of when you are live. You do have there's a bit of a different mental type of thing, right? And I think it's very easy, but like you watch it happen, and you watch these shows like before I did it, you're like, oh, it's incredibly easy. They're literally just talking, and they are right. That is all it is. But once the cameras start rolling, it's like it does flip something, and it can be hard sometimes to come off like super smooth and natural. You know what I mean? Especially when it's live.
Right. And on this podcast, we can shoot the shit and talk about a topic for 20 minutes and really tease out from each other like what we think about it and kind of get to a thesis together. When you're doing these live shows, it's like I find myself doing a lot more pre-research just to have my talking points and my ideas more formulated, because it's like you have to keep it tight. Like you have to be able to express your opinion on something before, somebody jumps in to talk over you. Like it to me, it would feel like being at the Jenkins dinner table. Like there's a lot of siblings there, and you want to get your voice heard, so you really have to be punchy and you have to be tight with what you want to say.
And I think there's a good middle ground to it, right? Because in my opinion, you want to listen to like the natural, you want to find the middle ground between having the things you want to say and that you've kind of know what you're going to say. And then the stuff that just comes naturally in the moment and you're just like having a conversation with friends. So it's like, there is that middle ground to what makes like I think those live shows really good. But I mean, it's apples and oranges with like the pod and then the live show. It's just two different things. So it's tough to.
Two different things.
Yeah.
Thank you for your great questions. I'm going to play one more voicemail that isn't necessarily a question, but I have to go pick up my husband. So we'll get to more of these voicemails next week, but I'm just going to play this one.
Hey, Eric and Aisha, but also, hey, Dorothy. I hope you're doing better this week. I'm also crying in the car, dropping my baby off at daycare. It gets a little bit better. Still kind of rough, but I really appreciated this implicit suggestion, and I have been queuing up off the rails on the drive to daycare, helping me a lot. So, wishing you well, Dorothy, and sending lots of love. Thank you, Eric and Aisha, for helping us emotionally regulate ourselves. I know you guys get really excited about being popular with the college age crowd, but I think you also probably have a pretty hype population of pregnant or postpartum moms who are maybe a little bored, a little isolated, not able to get out there and run like we're used to, and listening to this podcast is great for those super long walks that I'm going on as I'm waiting to be able to get back to running. Okay, before the voicemail cuts me off, I want to ask my question, which is, I really loved y'all's debate about this 18-mile emergency exit in the LA Marathon the other weekend.
Emergency exit goes crazy.
I know we sometimes talk about like grade adjusted pace. I think Eric said something about like altitude adjusted pace. I want to stir the pot and give a hot take that there maybe should be a consideration of adjusted distance. Like, could the 88-degree LA Marathon have had a heat adjusted distance where 18 miles was consistent with the effort of a full marathon? As someone who blacked out at mile 22 of the Boston Marathon a few years ago due to the heat and apparently was like fighting off EMS while actively throwing up on the side of the road, I personally think there could be an argument for this. So would love to hear your thoughts. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
You bye. Now, first of all,
rendition I've never heard.
Love you, bye. No, we just get excited. Let me. She said we get excited when we have college age fans. Now, look, we got the moms on lock, right? Now we know that. Okay, we see the numbers. We do well with moms.
We love the moms,
and we love the moms. They are our number one fans, and we
all
love
my girlfriends are moms. Like this is what we're deep in our bag.
Look, it goes without saying we love moms.
Yeah.
Okay. We only get excited for the college age fans because they're more rare than the moms. So then when we get them, it's a big deal. Now this mom in particular, she thinks there should be. She kind of agrees with your take with the 18-mile distance.
Emergency exit is so good.
Emergency exit is good. Yeah, I liked. I wish it
great
came
phrase.
Up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
so the question is could we do like, there's altitude adjustments, there's whatever, could we do like a heat adjusted or conditions adjusted distance? And I think scientifically you could, based on like, if you looked at all your long runs or whatever leading up to the race, you could deal with like your heart rate, the like calories burned as like a unit of energy. And if you had like a really crazy hot day, like you could just like do the math and be like, yeah, that was my effort was as if I ran 30 miles because my heart rate was 205 for the last, 10 miles of this bad boy.
So she was just,
like,
the caller
give me like
basically...
she's wanting like a real feel, like the weather. Give me the wind chill. Give me the real feel of this marathon. How many miles was this?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, look, it's certainly a question. Now I don't agree with it, but that's okay.
How
Right?
long was your marathon?
Yeah, how long was your marathon? Mine was 6. I ran a 10 miler in Death Valley, and it counts as my marathon. So, but look, yeah, of course, we actually, that was like a very hot, like debated topic. The LA 18-mile thing. Certain things that you don't really think about. It's like certain things come in. I'm sorry. Go on.
Did you see what happened at the finish of the LA marathon? It was another went the wrong direction.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this.
Because it was like
we
it
didn't
just
know.
happened.
Yeah.
We knew that Nathan Martin won. I did not understand what happened right before the finish line. And the amount of drop, like the drop, what was it? Was it a mile before? The guy almost,
it was in the last mile. Yeah.
It wasn't a full, it was like he started going the wrong way. The guy was
had to come to us.
he came to us. He was, but I mean, let's be honest. This guy was dying.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, as he should be. He's giving it his all in the LA Marathon. He could have stopped at 18 and got the W, I guess.
Emergency exit, pull e-brake.
But I mean, that small detour, did cost him the race.
Yeah, he goes off.
He goes off distance, off course.
He goes off course
a few seconds.
Yeah, like
it really wasn't 50,
not even 50 meters. It was not a big deal. He just like they pulled the motos off, like opened up the side of the course to pull the motos off. Now, if you weren't dying, you probably would have understood that you're not supposed to follow them, but sometimes cognition goes when you're at the end of a really hard effort.
Mm-hmm, yep.
And he just sort of followed the motos off the course, but it was very like an immediate turnaround, but he comes to a full stop, like the volunteers like no like not this way, and he stops, turns around, gets back on the course, and then Nathan Martin ends up with a great kick and wins the LA Marathon, but had to squeeze that in case you missed it.
Well, and also like it was kind of a fan that on the course kind of distracting him, right? I mean, now the athlete was he a Kenyan athlete, and a fan out there with the Kenya flag kind of led him astray, kind of fucked him. Let's be honest.
You think?
Oh yeah. She didn't point and say take a right at the barriers, but I mean she was certainly distracting.
She was a siren. She was a plant.
She was a plant. I do think Kyle I saw the Sidious guys talking about it, and I thought Kyle brought up a good point where he said if the roles were reversed, and if let's say an American lost this and it wasn't like we'd be probably more up in arms. I do agree. I think that was a good point.
Oh, for sure.
I do agree with it. But yeah, you never see that sprint. I had friends sending me that finish line. That's something that transcends the sport. Like you never see that in a marathon. No. Absolutely insane finish. That guy, that insanely hard fall, took a brutal fall.
Yeah.
At the finish line, and Nathan Martin, huge win. I think he's the fastest, African American born runner in history. I'm pretty sure for the marathon.
Yep.
So, huge win. Shout out to him. What a story. What an insane finish.
Yeah.
And they didn't stop. Stuff. And they could have stopped at 18 and got the time and got the time conversions and the victories and the finisher medals, but they didn't. They gutted it out.
He wins. The teacher, high school teacher. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Okay. I gotta go.
You gotta go.
We're at 2 hours.
Thank you for calling in. Keep calling in. We will get to the rest of the.
Yeah.
A lot of good voicemails. We'll
there
get to the
are
rest
a lot
of
good voicemails that we'll get to. next week. We promise. The number to call in is 856-279-0080. You would think I would have this memorized by now, but instead I just have this piece of paper with my chicken scratch handwriting with other random things on it. My desk may or may not resemble a serial killer's desk. Like there are just a lot of there are just handwritten notes just crumpled all over.
A serial killer who is like secretly dying to get caught. Ted Bundy would not have that desk. Ted Bundy was dialed the fuck in, and he would not have. He kept it all up here because he knew the Ted that I know knew that you cannot have a paper trail.
Yeah, should have told the guy from Rowan.
Seth Clevenger should. What a fucking idiot. Anyway, on that note, what fun episode. Drive safe. Go pick up Will from the airport, and thank you guys for listening. And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.